Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I have your phonics lesson for today, and we're going to do a little bit of review of dictionary skills, and we're also going to talk about something else called the glossary and what that is. So, first of all, I have some words that I want to review with you that we learned last week, and I want to make sure that everybody got them and that we know what they mean. So on these papers, I have some words on them, and we're going to review a couple parts of a dictionary. So you might see this paper say, Miss Eddington, you're just holding up a white piece of paper. We can't see anything. Well, let me tell you. On here, I have some magical ink, and we're going to reveal it. Can you see what this word says? Nope, but I'm going to add some magic. I'm just going to add a regular old marker, and I'm going to color on top of this, and I have a word that we need to, oh, something's appearing. Ooh, it's appearing. Can you see it? It's coming. The words are coming. I just realized you won't be able to read it. Let me turn this camera around. Give me okay, now you should be able to read it. It was flipped back, you know, the selfie mode? Okay, here we go. Ooh, here it is. It appeared. What does it say? Guide words. What are the guide words in a dictionary? Well, the guide words are the words at the top of each page, here at the top of each corner. And what do? What's their job? Their job is to tell us the first and the last word that is found on that page. So in this case, the first word is Iron Age, the last word is island. Let's see if that's right. Yep, Iron Age, and the final word is island. There it is. So the guide words help you to guide you in the right direction, to tell you, yeah, your word is not on this page, keep going, or go this way, go to the front, go to the end. They guide you. They help to tell you the first and last letter, or first and last entry on the page, to tell you if your word is found on that page. Good. Okay, so those guide words. Let me get that one out of the way. The next card. Nothing on there, but just you wait. Let me get a magical marker. By the way, I'm borrowing these markers from Tanner. Hope that's okay. I didn't have any markers, so I'm just borrowing them from your desk. Let's see if there's a secret. Oh, it's coming. Do you see it? And keep going. See if I can find it. Ooh, there it is. It's coming. Entry. Here's more of it. I feel like I'm on National Treasure. Have you guys ever watched that movie where they look for clues in historical documents? Entry words. What are entry words? Are entry words the same thing as guide words? No, entry words are the words that are listed in the dictionary. So an entry is, for instance, this one says bind, and the entry is, it tells you the definition, it tells you the parts of speech, it tells you all about it. So that whole portion is called the entry word, or a word that we're looking up in the dictionary. So it's different than a guide word. Guide words are just the top words up here. They tell you the first and last word on the page, but an entry is the actual word that you're looking for inside of the dictionary, and it gives you all the information. So that's what an entry word is. All right, entry word. Got it. Next one. I'm gonna go for red. Here we go. Let's see what this one says. Oh, this one starts with, oh, look at that. It's already coming. There it is. Oh, this is so fun. I hope you guys can do this one day. Ooh, a sample. Sample what? Costco samples? No. Sample sentence. What is a sample sentence? Did you see it? Sample sentence. A sample sentence is when you look at the entry word in the dictionary, it always gives you a sample sentence, or a way to use it in a sentence. For instance, this says, let's look for bicycle. So it tells us the definition: a vehicle with two wheels that you ride with a steering wheel, handlebars, and pedaling. Then in italics, I don't know if you can see that right here in italics means that the letters are a little bit slanted. They look different than the other letters. So in italics, it gives you a sample sentence. The sample sentence is, this mountain bike is a type of bicycle that was specially developed for cycling on dirt. That's just a sample sentence, an example of how
how it would be used in a sentence. Sample sentence, another part of the dictionary. Good one. Next one. What do you think that one's gonna be? Any clues? I don't know. Let's try it out. What color should I use? I'm gonna use pink. Pink. All right, let's see what this one says. Oh, it's there. Oh, this one's really bright. Tanner, you must not use pink very much because this marker has a lot of juice. What does this say? Can you read it? Pronunciation. Pronunciation means how to pronounce or how to say a specific word. Sometimes when we're reading a book, like for instance when we're reading Trumpet of the Swan, sometimes it has words that are kind of long or words that we don't use very often, and you might say, I don't even know how to say that word. I don't know how to pronounce it. So what you can do is you can look that word up in the dictionary and it'll tell you how you can pronounce it. It'll, like for instance, here's one here. I'm trying to show you a good one. Here's an example. Compassion. You see here in parentheses, it's spelled kind of funny. Compassion. You see how it's spelled with different letters? That is because it's trying to show you how would you pronounce that. This is the pronunciation. So it's not, they don't spell it the right way. They spell it the way that you would pronounce it or the way that you would say it. So if you're saying, I don't know how to say that word, I don't know. If you may not have a phone or a Siri to ask. So when you don't have that, you can bust out your good old dictionary and it'll tell you the pronunciation for the word. So that's kind of a cool feature of a dictionary. Pronunciation, dunzo. All right, the final one. This is a new one. This is actually one that we haven't learned yet, but I thought it would be fun. I'm gonna use black to reveal this one. Are you ready? I guess I should hold it like this. What is this? Oh, I thought I tricked myself. I thought there was nothing on there. There it is. Glow? Glose? It's a glose. What is that? Ah, there's more to it. What does it say? Glossary! A glossary is similar to a dictionary in that it tells you the definition of a word. A glossary is something that we find in the back of books to give us more information about words that were found within the text. So I just pulled these off of my bookshelf. This book is about thunder and lightning, and it has a bunch of words it has a lot of information about thunder and lightning. But then if I go to the very back, I see this page that says glossary. And this just gives us the definition of words. So sometimes when you're reading and you come across a word that you're not sure what it means, sometimes you can flip to the back and there's a glossary and it'll define some of the words that were within the book. So clouds, electricity, lightning, spark, static. This just gives us some of the words that are within the text to define them so that while you're reading, you can learn what those words mean. Here's another one about dinosaurs. I flip here to the back. There's an index that tells you what page to find things on. And sure enough, here's a glossary. It's similar to a dictionary where it gives you definition, but it only defines words within that text. So it's not going to have a word that's not in that book. It's only words that are in that book that might be tricky words or words that you're not sure what they mean. Here's another one, a book about space. I flip to the back. There's an index again, and let's see if there's a glossary. Oh, yep, there's a glossary right there. Another book that has a glossary is this book. You guys all should have this book, All Kinds of Animals. If you have this book, I want you to press pause right now, and I want you to go grab the book. Go press pause. Ready? That was my pause face. Go grab your book. All right, unpause. Here we go. If you have this book, if we flip to the back, we have quite a big glossary. It starts on page 197, I believe. Oh wait, is this the first entry? Let's see here. Yeah, it is. Page 197, and it says glossary at the top. The first entry says cardinal. Can you flip to that page for me, please? So just like a dictionary, when we look at the words in the glossary, they are in ABC order. They're in alphabetical order to help us find the words quickly. So the first entry is cardinal. I don't have any words that start with A or B. It starts right at C. So if I'm looking for the word, if I want to look up the word panda, I think that's Brooklyn and Mackenzie's favorite animal. If you were wanted to look up panda, would it be before or after cardinal? It'd be after, right? Because ABC order, we know P is near the end of the alphabet. So I want everybody to look at your glossary and look up the word panda. Everybody find the word panda in your book. Actually, let's see, is it in here? Yes, it is. It's actually listed as giant panda, my bad, giant panda. So you're looking for a word that starts with a G, giant panda. All right, giant panda, I think I have the same copy as you. If not, it might be a little bit different, but I think I have the same copy. I don't know if this is an older book, but on my book, it's on page 199. It says Giant Panda, and it gives us information all about giant pandas. It tells us how tall they get, 4 to 5 feet. They usually weigh about 300 pounds. Whoa, mama. And what they eat, where they live. It tells us what page that we can read more about it on. So page 148, if you want to read more about pandas, you flip to page 148 and it'll give you more detailed information about it. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and obviously you can't answer out loud, but if you want to comment in the chat or just try to find the answer quicker, that would be fun. So first of all, I want you to look to tell me, how long is a cottontail rabbit? How long is a cottontail? So you're going to use your glossary to find the information. How long is a cottontail rabbit? Okay, if you haven't found it yet, you can press pause, but I will tell you. It's on page 198, and my entry is cottontail rabbit. And if I read this, it tells us that a cottontail can grow up to be 19 inches long. Ooh, it's longer than a foot, right? And it can weigh anywhere from 1.5 to 3.5 pounds. Good. Where does a song sparrow build its nest? So you're gonna look in your book. You're looking for the word song sparrow. Song sparrow, and then tell me, where does it build its nest? Where does it build its nest? If you haven't found it, again, you can press pause anytime you like. I'm just going to keep going so the video's not so long, but it's on page 203, song sparrow, after sea otter, because they both start with S, song sparrow. It tells us that the second sentence says, it builds its nest where there is shelter on the ground. So they build their shelter on the ground. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Next, where does an ostrich get water? Where does it get its water it needs? Where does an ostrich get the water it needs? Ostrich. Ostrich is on page 201. It's the entry up here, ostrich, and right below it is raccoons because O comes before R. And it tells us here let's see how many sentences in. 1, 2, third sentence in, it says ostrich get most of the water they need from their food. So they don't really drink a lot of water. They just, every time when they eat, that's where they get the most of their water that they need, because they eat a lot of plants and seeds and roots, it says. So those things carry a lot of water within them. So that's how ostriches get most of their water. That's pretty interesting. I want to challenge you to kind of look through this glossary and maybe learn a little bit more about some animals. And if you want to read more about those specific animals, it'll tell you what page to flip to, and you can read in more detail. I'm sure in your reading groups you'll probably read these pages, but if you're just, you're so hungry to learn more about animals, I highly suggest that you do that. Great job, guys. We're going to do our paperwork together, so take out your seat work and we can get started on that.